Hey, what's up everybody? Darth Ponty here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars Black Series IG88 figure. I'm reviewing this figure because they've announced the IG11 from The Mandalorian, and I'm going to treat this review video as somewhat of a cautionary tale. When I saw that they had released this figure, I was very excited. I always loved Empire Strikes Back, the Bounty Hunters. It was very cool. Darth Vader's Bounty Hunter lineup, like the usual suspects, I thought was very cool. A very dynamic and colorful group there. So when I saw this guy, I was pretty excited. And what made me actually most excited was the fact that I came across at a flea market a 3 3/4 scale IG88 figure. And that figure, his articulation was flawless, and I've got him right here for comparison. So this little guy here is he's perfect. And if this 6-inch scale could have done this, he would be perfect. But he does not, and I hate him. So let's take a look first at his paint. His paint is a positive note. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. His red eyes there all around his head look great. I love the silver, kind of with a goldish bronze wash around the torso. Looks great. His detailing is very good. Like, the mold is very nice. Don't get me wrong with that. He's got nice silver paint apps on his belt here. Little proximity mines there. Nice leather detail there. Yeah, very shiny. Good design. I like the wires on him. For look, they actually get in the way. I'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, for his accessories, he comes with this slightly smaller Star Wars sniper. Several of the stormtroopers and scout trooper came with this, but theirs were bigger. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that they shrank it for IG88. It seems like a strange decision. I'm honestly just not sure why. I have the standard one right here for comparison. It's in somebody's hand right now. I had to grab it out there. So yeah, that's the comparison. It's, yeah, noticeably smaller when lined up. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange choice. Not sure why they would do that. But yeah, it's got a little pinhole there to fit in his hand, like that. Yeah, his thumb thing is. His hands aren't the same, oddly enough. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. He also comes with a Stormtrooper E11 blaster, which is also slightly smaller. It's actually a slightly different mold, actually. The mag comes out further here. So they did a unique blaster mold just for IG88, oddly enough. And this one here, it's got 2 pinholes for this hand. Not sure why. But yeah, it fits in like that. He's got his belt here, which comes off. It just ports into his shoulder there, like that. Just put that back in. And he comes with this blade. It's kind of like a long-handled cleaver. I'd have to rewatch Empire Strikes Back. I don't remember him having this on him. Well, I mean, he just stood there, so I mean, he could have had anything on him, and you wouldn't really have noticed. It was pretty much Bosk and Boba Fett stealing the scene in there with Darth Vader. Everyone else was just standing there doing nothing. But yeah, it's a nice blade, nice gold handle there. It's got a little bit of a paint scuff there from going in and out of the holster. The blade here, you can see it's got some dents and dings there, as if IG88 is just hacking people up all the time. But it's strange. It doesn't really fit in his hands. Yeah, like, not sure what to do with that. I mean, you kind of gotta twist it around. His hand plastic is pretty pliable, so you can kind of, I don't know, do that, I guess. It's just kind of strange. Fits well through his head, oddly enough, so you can just kind of put it like that. I don't know if that's like him having a rose in his mouth or something, doing the tango with Bosk. But yeah, a lot of strange decisions with this guy, and I'm not sure if it's just because, I don't know, he's a strange design to begin with as a droid or not, but yeah. So let's take a look at his articulation, which is his biggest flaw. He's got head swivel here. His head does not articulate in multiple places. Actually, the little IG88 does. His whole head swivels, and then he's also got swivel up here on the top, which I think is a nice detail. I was expecting that with him, didn't get it, was pretty disappointed. He's got this upper chest articulation, which allows him to go all the way back and all the way forward, and swivels around fully, which is nice. His shoulders go significantly past level with this shoulder plate here. They spin around. And he's got this weird rubber thing around his elbow, which actually kind of hinders his articulation. You can see it would go back to 90, but it pushes it out to like 45. It's the same on this arm. Little IG88 doesn't have that. So he can go to full 90. Got swivel there, but he doesn't come out like that. So that's, I guess, the one place where big IG88 has him beat. Yeah, so we're coming now to the worst part of IG88 here, and it's his hips. I could not be more disappointed with this. Like, this is something you would see on those, like, Marvel Titan series, those just big hunks of plastic with limited articulation for toddlers. I expect more from Star Wars, the Black Series. This is the most disappointed I've ever been with an action figure. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. You can't do anything with him. Like, he can only stand there. His legs go forward, sure. They rotate, fine. This piece rotates too, but it doesn't really do much. His knee bends here. You gotta move the wire though, because it limits how much you can bend him. So that's as far as it goes with that. So you gotta move it out of the way, and then you can get a full. He's got double jointed knees, but I don't know. You wouldn't really notice. So you can go like that. His feet articulate up like that, and they swivel. So the only way IG88 is even standing is because he's got these big block feet. If his feet were any taller, if his feet were any smaller, he wouldn't be able to stand. So yeah, he's got peg holes, thankfully. So if his feet were smaller, you would 100% need a stand for him to stand on, or else he would not be able to stand up at all. Yeah, so little IG88 here. His hips have the same articulation, but they're angled out slightly. So you can have him standing in kind of a wide stance here, but like you can just get significantly more of a dynamic pose out of him, you know, shooting like that, and you know, this little guy's just significantly better, and I just can't say how embarrassing it is that a 3 3/4 has better articulation than a 6-inch. So yeah, that's all I got to say about him. For a rating, I don't know, 5 or 6. Price review, I got him retail at EB Games, I think. Could have been Toys R Us, could have been Walmart, actually. I've had him for a while now. I think it was Walmart I got him. So either way, $30 Canadian. I wouldn't pay more for him, and honestly, knowing his hips now, If I didn't have him and just needed him for pictures, I would not want to pay full price for him. That's a hard no. So overall, I would say that he is not a good buy. If you need him for your Empire Strikes Back bounty hunters, yeah, get him. You know, complete your set. But if you don't really have too much significance for IG88, I wouldn't get him. That's all I got to say about him. So yeah, if you like this video, hopefully you found it informative. Please like and subscribe, and if there's any other figures you'd like me to review, please put it in the comments. Thanks.